Good afternoon, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Waukesha County, 2.7% today. That's a good number. As long as it keeps coming down, we're great. 49.5% of all individuals in Waukesha County have their first dose. Again, that's quite a ways away from 70 to 80%, but we're inching up. We're getting there. It's helping. Other question has come up this morning. By the way, folks came and said, if I come during chapel time, can I, as a visitor, go up to chapel? And the answer right now, and I know we are a Christian organization, the answer right now is no, because regulations are relatively clear. Visitations take place in the residence room or a designated visitation area. And the chapel is not a designated visitation area. So right now we are saying no, it is just for our residents. And by residents, I mean anyone who resides on the campus. You may come to weekly chapel. And I apologize for no one being here this morning at chapel. I don't think we got to the bottom of that yet to find out what had happened, because we're always concerned when someone doesn't show up. Chaplain Nick is off today. He happens to be attending a funeral. So we'll follow up on that as soon as we can. But for the foreseeable future, no to visitors in the chapel, just residents. I want to remind anybody who is planning on using our boats over the summer. The boats are going in, and Saturday, May 22nd is an orientation. And that's important. Captain David told us what we can do on the boats and how we should behave and those kind of things. This is how to actually get the boats out there, how to start them, to see where all the safety equipment is and that kind of thing, practical things. We do need everybody to attend this because we're not going to send people out unless they have had an orientation. Now, Mark, I'm going to ask you a question about this. If I am the resident, especially on the North Campus, and my family's coming to go out, can I, as the resident, attend this and be responsible to forward the information to the driver of the boat? Okay, the answer is no. You cannot. The driver of the boat must attend this orientation. So on Saturday, May 22nd at 9 o'clock is the weekend, the Saturday orientation. There will be, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., there will be an orientation. That orientation will only happen if people call Amanda, call our 8341 number, and make a reservation. Otherwise, we are not going to have somebody at the lakefront just hoping somebody comes to be oriented to the boats. So May 22nd on a Saturday, 9 o'clock, and every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, if you've made a reservation. We will be accommodating as many people as possible. Shorehaven Apparel. Both sides of the campus have had it for about 2 weeks now, Amanda. We're extending it a little bit until the 17th, a week from this last Monday. If you're going to order, get your orders in. Samples are available at the reception desk. The weather this last week has been kind of iffy. We've had frost, and then we have 50s and 60s. It's getting nice outside. So I'm going to remind everybody on both sides of the campus, please do not cross the road. We spent several $100,000 to build a skywalk to keep everyone safe. And the elevator goes up from this side to second floor, and from the skywalk down to first floor on the other side. Please use the skywalk. Do not cross the highway. We do not have a crosswalk there. We gave that up when we put the skywalk in. And we do not want to have any kind of accidents that we can prevent. And sometimes drivers, they see someone wanting to cross the road, a driver will stop. If the drivers behind aren't watching, there can be a rear end collision, or worse than that, they're going to go around the person who has stopped, and there's a possibility they could hit you as a pedestrian. So please do not use, the highway as a crosswalk. Use the skywalk. Channel 900. And I'm glad you're watching 900. This morning, I'm sure many of you tuned into 900 to watch chapel. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. But then you were treated to watching the chapel area here from 9:45 until 1:45. And as much as the chapel is very soothing and relaxing, I'm sure you probably tuned in to see something else. When you tune in and there's nothing going on there, and I'm happy, I'm actually happy when this happens, because that means that my staff is not watching Channel 900. They are doing their jobs. They're doing what they need to do. But if you see that happen, anyone on the campus, please dial 0. Tell Amanda that we forgot to switch the cameras, and she will make a phone call to get that done. I want you to watch Channel 900. I want you to see what's going on the campus. I want you to see what's going on each day. And I apologize when we're not able to flip that screen. So, folks are doing their jobs, and they're not always, when there's not somebody here at chapel, there's nobody to follow up. So please let us know. We can be better. Speaking, I think mostly to the North Campus here, thank you. Thank you to the volunteers who came forward from last week. One gentleman kind of said, "Well, you shamed me into it." That's okay. If it takes shame, I'm all for it. Come on over, help us out, volunteer. Amanda said, all the days for mail are filled. Someone asked me after the town hall meeting, how long does it take? And I said, well, for you, the first time is going to take about 45 minutes. And as you get to know the residents, allow an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, because I know you, and you're going to be visiting, you're going to be talking. And I think if you talk to any volunteer who delivers mail, they're going to say it's such a social time and they really enjoy it. So thank you to all the volunteers from Lake Terrace who have come forward to help us out on the south side of the campus. I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to talk just for a minute to staff. This morning, I got a call, and it was a disturbing call, because the staff member said to me, this is wrong, and this is not working, and nobody is doing anything about it, and we can't work this way. And so, it was a maintenance issue. So I was busy this morning, so I kind of just called Mark and said, hey, this is wrong, handle it, and I hung up. And so Mark came back to me and said, I'm getting some feedback somewhere in here. I hope it's not bothering people out there. Maybe check the volume on, okay, the volume might be a little high. Go to the second set of numbers, and it's the pulpit mic. Just turned it down a little bit. But anyway, Mark called me back, and he said, we didn't know about this. Although somebody said we knew about it, we didn't. Staff, when there's something that's not right, please write out a work request, or call down, do something. Call Amanda, call maintenance. And I don't care, I would rather have 2 or 3 work requests for the very same thing in the very same day, so that we know there's a problem. I know that all of you can't do your jobs if you don't have the proper equipment for it, or the equipment is not working properly. We want you to be safe. We want all our residents to be safe, but we have to know about it. And as frustrated as Mark was years ago, I was in that same position, and I was frustrated also when people would say, hey, this isn't working. please write out maintenance requests or make phone calls so that we know, and that will help us all. Thank you, thank you. Staff, I'll talk to you again just for a second. I just want to be your vehicle to forward a thank you to our dietary department. I think our lunch today was great, and it's good. I mean, it's a special event when they have to make 200 more meals for an event like this, but this was a thank you to our staff, and thank you dietary for preparing it. There's been a request for brownies each week on Wednesday. So if you could put that on your list, that seems to be the biggest thing. They'll forego the shredded beef sandwich, just provide them with brownies. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, and thank you to our staff. This is National Nursing Home Week, and every year, normally we celebrate in a bigger way. We have other things going on. We're still measuring what COVID will allow us to do and not allow us to do. And so we're trying to step out a little bit. One of the things that has happened, just yesterday we talked, and we are expanding the use of the rail auditorium. We're bumping that up from 18 to 45, so that if people want to have luncheons and things like that, we can accommodate it there. We cannot do it in Rockwell's or the Lake Terrace Clubhouse yet because we're not there to let the public in. The Life Enrichment Building is open to the public, so if you wish to have a larger gathering, you can talk to Jill about reserving the rail, and then talk to either, Ashley or Mike over there about catering the event for you. Also, the pavilion. We're outside, and we said 29, and we're willing to take that up to 50% capacity, so we're bumping it up to 60. So when you have an outside gathering and you want to step out to the pavilion, and there again, the pavilion you reserve with Jill, reserve that. If you may bring your own food, we have the kitchen down there, we have all that. If you don't want to bring your own food and you want to have a family gathering and you want Ashley to provide some box lunches or do some catering out there, talk to her. She can do that from the cafe. Or Mike from Rockwell's. They can help you set up your party, and it can be relatively stress-free. You just show up. New website went live 2 weeks ago or so, something like that. And we've had some folks ask about the archives, and I don't know, I guess they've asked about the town hall archives, and I'm sure that what they're trying to do is catch me in a lie. What I tell you this week is probably not the same as what I'm going to tell you next week, but the archives are back up under Get to Know Us. If you go under there, you can take a look at past town hall meetings. You can say, I don't know how far back they're archived, but you can say, well, that was when Dale was a lot thinner, or that kind of thing. I know that COVID-15 is a popular thing. I had more residents stop and tell me that they're glad to be outside now because they're battling the COVID-15. That's good. That's good. LTA residents, the LTA resident portal will be back up and running probably within the next week. It'll be back under independent living. That's where you see the photos of the new folks moving in and the biographies that Stacy has put together. And she is working on more biographies. She's getting out to the residents. So, click on that and move forward there. Amanda, did you have a phone call? No. Okay. Oh, okay. It was a maintenance work order? Yeah. Thank you, folks. You listened already and called in and gave Mark a work order. That's important because we want job security for our maintenance people. Okay, Denise, you started to tell me something when you walked in. Ceramics, and we had some volunteers there too. Ceramics went on Tuesday. The first real great room experience after lifting the mask mandate and the household mandate here. We're doing things in the great room. Ceramics in the morning and in the afternoon. I think we had more people do ceramics than we've ever had before. I'm happy to see that, and I was happy to hear the amount of noise coming from the great room. That room has been silent for way, way too long, so I'm very happy about that. I remember what you told me. Bingo is coming back. That's the plan. We're working on bingo down there. And that will even be better because when you hear people yelling bingo, they win a prize. And you know, we're very happy to get those kind of things going again. I've walked through Lake Terrace and I've seen people together playing cards and all that kind of thing. It is good to see that kind of thing happening. What else? Anything else on your part, Denise? Okay, Amanda, anything else I should be telling these people? Okay, Brian? Okay, good. Sarah?
The library said it was a great success with the new hours, and they appreciate it. Just to remind the assisted living residents that library service is for them from 10:30 to 11:30, the second Monday of the month.
Second Monday of the month, Lake Tower residents, library, second Monday of the month. You know, and it is a great service to have them pull the books, bring them here. We don't have to go down there. You don't have to spend time. They'll do the shopping for you. If you don't like a book, that's fine, you know, but they bring the selection to you. Yep, thank you. Mark, anything I didn't tell them? Okay. I think we're almost done planting trees, aren't we? For right now, we're almost done planting trees. Yep. Oh, you need volunteers to water trees now? Yeah, Mark, can you tell me how many trees we planted? Do you know? I mean, I'm just looking and I'm guessing it's close to 20 trees. We planted a lot of trees and we want to keep them watered. We'd love it if the Lord would water them for us, but we can't just count on that. So usually I see Eric running around on one of the gators, or Nathan or David. They're watering these trees. We want to keep them alive. So Emily, anything from your neck of the woods here? No, that's a good thing. Amanda has a phone call.
Do you have any idea when the locker rooms are going to open?
Locker rooms. Yeah, Kira and I have been talking about that. And one of the things we hear from the folks from the community that are coming into us at the fitness center is that they appreciate coming here because they don't feel safe at the Y and some of these other places where everything is back to normal and nobody knows what's going on. And so for the immediate future, we're going to keep things like they are. The showers are not being used. The locker rooms are limited to bathroom facilities only. We're going to stick with that a little longer. We're taking a look at opening some of the classes to a few more participants because I'll remind you again that Mark has installed over there the needlepoint bipolar ionization in all of those rooms. So, and I'm not saying this is a fail-safe thing. I'm not saying that, but we have done the best we can so that the air that moves around is as clean as possible so that, you know, we're not spreading anything over there. So we're gonna keep it battened down a little bit yet. Kira would love to open up much more. I'm probably the one holding her back a little bit on this now. I just don't want to go ahead to be taking steps back again. So I want to err on the side of safety and caution here. Any other questions and or comments? Any retractions that I should take from anything I've said so far? Okay, good. Thank you very much. You know, I would love for this to get shorter and shorter every week, or we talk about other things rather than COVID. So please think about other things, and we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you.